Good afternoon, Year 4s. Welcome to our art lesson today. So our learning objective is to reflect on our learning for this term. And the big question is, how much have I learned in art this term? So our success criteria is to recall all the facts that I've learned this term. So we're going to think about all the different topics and different people we have learned this term in art, and then to apply my knowledge and answer the quiz. Okay, so let's first have a look at some vocabulary that we've spoken about this term in art. So we've got the Bauhaus movement, weave, textile, geometric, loom, and self-portrait. So I'd like you to pause the video and try and think if you remember what these words mean. Write them down if you need to, or if you've written down in the previous lessons, you could go back into your book and see if you can find the definition of these words. Okay, so we have the Bauhaus movement, which was a movement of art which used lots of colors and geometric shapes in their artwork. Self-portrait is when you draw, paint a picture of yourself. A loom is something that holds together when you are weaving to make the materials nice and tight, so the weave is easier to make. And then obviously weaving is the intertwining of materials to make an object, so baskets, for example. And textiles is a type of material, and geometric are shapes, different types of shapes. Okay, so do you remember the name of this person? What influence did she have on weaving, and what other subject did she teach? So have a think about those, see if you remember. And again, if you've got it written down somewhere, you can go and have a look and see if you can find the answers. Okay, and then what did Gunta Stolzl's art look like? So remember back to this lesson when we looked at different types of artwork or different types of weaves that she did. And she took a lot of her inspiration from the Bauhaus movement. So you can see there's lots of different color and shape and pattern in her work. Okay, then we looked at different types of weaves in different cultures. So we looked at the African culture, the Egyptian, and the Greek culture, and they made all different types of weaves. So do you think you can spot which one of these weaves are from those three cultures? Okay, so this basket was the African culture, this was ancient Egyptians, and this one is ancient Greece. Okay, and then last week we made some self-portraits and we looked at different types of artists throughout history that have done self-portraits before. So this is just an example of who we looked at last week. Okay, so now you're going to go onto Teams and you're going to go find a quiz and you're going to complete that quiz. So there are some questions about everything that we've learned this term. So I haven't given you most of the answers in this lesson because I'd like you to actually really think about and reflect on your learning. When you have finished the quiz, you have an optional activity to do Valentine's Day cards. So if you'd like to do something creative and arty this afternoon, you can make a Valentine's Day card for this Sunday, which is the 14th of February. And these are just some examples of what you could make. So Valentine's Day or St. Valentine's Day is celebrated every year on the 14th of February. So it is a day when people show their affection for another person or people by sending cards, flowers, or chocolates with messages of love. So you might want to make a card for one of your family members or one of your neighbors or one of your friends and send it to them, hopefully safely. So you have an option to do that as well after your quiz, but it is really important that you complete the quiz. Okay, and then those are just your two activities. So completing the quiz and making cards for Valentine's Day if you'd like to. So have fun, and we will be exploring a new topic next term in art, which I'm really looking forward to. So enjoy this last quiz and have fun.